Good morning. It's Kim here from Old, shooting from my basement again. I've got another video for everybody today. We're going to be doing our entire workout in our chairs today. Obviously the option is there. If you'd like to stand, you can take it, but for today's purposes, I'm going to stay seated. But first, I have some really important business to pass along that was given to me by the lovely ladies in the office, and they want me to share with you that the Parkinson Association of Alberta is pleased to announce that the 8th annual Flex Air Step and Stride is going virtual. With all the same camaraderie and energy, people with Parkinson's and their friends and family will enjoy challenging each other, comparing notes, and raising that much needed funds for our important cause. Join us Saturday, September 12th for our virtual event, where all Flex Air Step and Stride participants will have access to the online event. So, to register or donate, you're going to want to head to www.stepandstride.ca to get registered or to donate for that event. So hopefully you sign up, you get your friends to sign up, you get your neighbors to sign up, and we'll raise some money for a really good cause. Awesome. Okay, notes are down, business is done, fun is gonna start. I'm gonna get our timer going. And hopefully, the lighting is a little bit goofy today because it's nice outside, but the sun keeps coming by the clouds, so it's a little bit off, but we're gonna go for it anyways. So, in your chair, let's get started. We've got about a 30-minute workout, 35 minutes total, I think. Hopefully you've got some good music playing like I do. All right, sitting in our chairs. Let's just start with a heel touch forward, okay? So when you're sitting in your chair, for comfort purposes, you can always sit all the way back so that your back is pressed into the back of the chair. That's gonna give you a little bit more stability, but it takes away your full range of motion, especially within your legs. If you wanna challenge yourself, you can always scoot your bum forward, not so that you're gonna tip, but just so that you've got a little bit more range of motion, and now your core and your hips are working really hard to keep you nice and upright and balanced. All right, let's go ahead and add in an arm pump. So, reach. Good. Couple more. Let's go ahead and leave the legs alone for a second. Now we're going to do a 2-arm reach and stretch. Drop the arms to the side. Up and reach and drop. Up and reach and drop and repeat. Now whatever your range of motion is just fine. If you can't get those arms all the way up, whatever that range is gonna work. One more on the other side. Now we're coming into a march. So up, bring those knees up. You can come wide, staying up nice and tall. Bring it back to center. Wide, one more time. Back to center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the legs. Now, forward raise to side raise. And lower. Up, out, and lower. Good. We're going to go right back to the top. Make sure we're nice and warm. In 3, 2, 1. Back to forward heel tap. Good. 3, 2, 1. Add in the arm pump. Good. Let's drop the legs. Let's move on to raise and reach. And bring it down. And up and reach and drop. Good. Keep going. A couple more. This is the last one. And we're going to go back to our seated marches. Drop the arms and let's lift those knees up. So again, remember, if you come to the edge of the chair, you've got a little bit more space. Good, keep going. Let's bring it wide. Back to center. Good, rest. All right, here we go. Front raise, out to the side, and down. Up, and down. Good, okay, so 30 seconds, take a minute, take 30 seconds, and we're gonna get started. So again, seated nice and tall, tummies are pulled in. If you're leaning against the back of the chair, don't let the chair do the work for you. Make sure that you're nice and pressed up against it so that your core is engaged. If you're at the edge of the chair, make sure you're nice and stable and that you're not so far forward that you might tip. So, rushing kicks. Fold the arms over top of one another, kick straight out. So your options on this are to bring that heel forward instead of kicking into the air. You can do a heel tap if that feels more comfortable. If you want the challenge, go ahead and get those heels kicked up. Good, rest. You're working for 30 seconds on, you get a 10-second break, and then we're actually going to do that for 4 rounds. So we have 3 more. Here we go. Kick. At any time, if you find the back is getting sore or the shoulders have had enough, just grab onto the side of your chair. That's fine. Remember your options. You can always heel tap. You should be getting you nice and warm. Good, rest. And it's not just the weather. 3, 2, 1. Here you go again. Round 3. Good, resting. You have 1 more round. Then you're gonna get a bit of a break and then we'll move on. Here we go. Straight forward. Now, if you ever wanted to challenge yourself with things like this, you could try to kick wide. That looks a little bit more like maybe a Ukrainian dance than the Russian kick. But if you wanted to try it, you sure could. rest. Take a drink of water if you think you need it. You have 40 seconds. So if you're doing any of this stuff while standing, the same rules apply. Make sure you've got a chair close by for balance. You can take any of the alternatives, touching the heel, or you could try a full kick. You could go wide. Any of these exercises you can do from either the chair or from standing. So don't let that ever sort of sway you from a workout because they can all be modified. Okay, moving on. Upper body. You're going to sit up nice and tall, always, and you're going to roll forward, okay, away from your face. Here we go. Keeping the arms far enough away from your chin so that you don't get yourself. And once you have it, pick up your pace. See what kind of speed you can build. Okay? Tummies are pulled in. Feet are nice and stable on the ground. Good, rest. This time, we're going to move left to right. All right, so start in the center. Turn the waist back to center, little twist, and bring it back. So of course you can leave the twist out and just stay forward. The speed is yours to choose. If you want to just slow it right down and just really focus on that fist over fist movement, good, rest. That's fine too. All of that is good. All right, get set, and we're working. Try to keep the shoulders down. Don't let them creep up to your ears. If you want to put in our little twist, be wild and crazy, go for it. I like this because it works on your coordination. Your core is actually working really hard in this one. Your chest is working and the back. Good, rest. One more round and then we're moving on. Goes by pretty quick. Here we go. Good, push yourselves. 20 seconds. Rest. You have a 45-second break, and I'm going to explain to you what we're doing on the next one while you're taking a rest. So, we're going to do a little bit of a crunch, and I'm going to give you a couple of options, as always. Option number one would be considered the more advanced version. So I'm going to be closer to the edge of my chair. My arms are going to come up behind my ears, and I'm not going to pull on my neck, but that's where they're just going to hang out. So from here, I'm going to bring the knee up, opposite knee to elbow, and release. Opposite knee to elbow, and release. It's like a bicycle crunch from the seated position. You can do this seated with one hand as well if you're more comfortable. Getting ready, and we're working. So, this is your one-handed option to hold on to the chair for some stability. You're not pulling on the back of your neck. You're using the abdomen and the core muscles to bring that elbow towards that knee. Okay, 10 seconds. Rest. So we're going to switch sides now. So if you're holding onto the chair, sitting up nice and tall, and you're working. Twist and release. If you're doing both hands up, there's just a level up of balance and a little extra core work involved to maintain that. rest. Bring the arms down. All right, here we go. Arms are back up, opposite side again. You have about 5 seconds on this side left, and we've got one more round. Good, resting. One more round on the opposite side. I have my watch here, which normally it's there, so I keep having to look off to the side. I didn't think about that. Good, having a little crunch, thinking about the rib, coming close to the hip. If that helps you think about that little squeeze. And rest. That one goes by fast. Upper body ones I find go fast. Lower body ones seem to drag, so I try to keep them intermittent. Okay. Again, while you're resting, I'm going to explain the next round. So, jacks. I'm sure you have done all different varieties of jacks. I'm not complicating them today at all. Options being legs and arms at the same time, in and out. You can alternate, in and out. Or if this range of motion does not feel good and you don't like it, we're gonna bring the arms out front, okay? So you're working now, wide legs, and back. Where you're seated on your chair is gonna make a big difference on your stability level in these ones. And again, your range of motion, you can come out front. If you're not loving bringing the arms up over top of the head. Rest. That's a hard, tricky one. Well, I'll show you the opposite ones on the next round. Okay, here we go. So if you want to stick with 2 legs and 2 arms, flailing out at the same time, that is awesome. Go ahead and do that. This is your secondary option. It provides you with a little bit more stability, a little bit more security in your chair, and there is nothing wrong with that. I have flipped myself off of this chair. Rest more than once, trying out different things for different varieties of classes, and you learn your lesson pretty quick. All right, you're working again. Remember the options. Nice wide star jacks. You can bring the arms out front. Or we can alternate. My chair is protesting today. It's kind of squeaky. Good, rest. You got one more of these and then we're gonna move on. So I'll show you the difference. If you're seated way back, and I've got my back pressed, my legs can't kick out as far, but I'm certainly more comfortable, okay? This way or this way. It just shortens up the range of motion, but I'm certainly feeling more comfortable in my back and in my upper body to have that back piece pushed up against the spine. Rest. All right. Those ones raise my heart rate up. Okay, we're gonna go back to the upper body. So this time, it's very similar to what we did in our warm-up. Sitting up nice and tall, cores engaged, roll those shoulders down. You're going to come up, go wide, and we're gonna empty the cup We're gonna roll the fist back and forth, come back to center and release. So up, out, twist, empty the cup, and come back in. Okay? My camera angle is not wide enough for my wingspan. Here we go. Sitting up nice and tall, up, come on out, empty the cup, so turn those hands, bring it in and release. Up, empty the cup, and release. Good. I like these ones really for shoulder mobility. Mine is not awesome. Good, rest. But it's really good because it activates a lot of muscles in the shoulder girdle, into your chest and into your back. Up. Fairly functional movements. It just keeps everything nice and loose. And that little twist does wonders for activating the back muscles that are really close to the shoulder. Good, rest. Here we go. Up and out. And down. Often I'll do this in the morning if I'm feeling quite stiff, sort of achy in my shoulders, and it seems to just sort of wake them up. Good, rest. We've got one more of these. We're just flying through this stuff today. It's not a super long workout. It doesn't always have to be. Sometimes a 30-minute workout is just what the day ordered. A little bit of movement. One round is always better than none. And even in these videos, that's kind of the awesome thing about them being taped, is that if you've just got enough energy for one round of everything, then just do one round. But it's absolutely better than doing zero. Good, rest. We're moving on from those. All right, we have 3 more exercises left if I'm looking at my whiteboard and reading it right from a distance. Okay, back to the lower body. So, again, this time I want you to use the chair. Okay, hold on to it, or if you've got your armrest, hold on to those. We're going to do a high knee and a high kick. So, my knee comes up, I kick out. Switch sides. High knee, high kick, high knee, high kick. Again, holding on is going to give you some stability. If you're feeling like a rock star today and you really want to go for it, you're going to bring the hands out here, high knee, kick, high knee, kick, and we're working. This gives you more of a full body workout when you lift those hands off the seat. And it gives you something to aim for to get those knees up. Rest. Good. Man, I hope it's not as dark as what it is looking like to me on the screen. Okay, here we go. We're working. High knee, high kick. I'll tell you a secret about me. Usually what's in your warm-up is a hint to what your workout's gonna look like. I generally will use very similar movements so that we are waking the body up in the warm-up and getting it accustomed to what I'm gonna ask it for in the workout. Good, rest. So if you hate your workout, you might wanna hit pause and find another video, or your warm-up, I mean. Here we go. We are halfway through this round. We've got one more after this. Rest. One more. At any time, hold on to our seat. You can shorten the range of motion. Tap up and tap out, right? Good. One more on the other side. And rest. Okay, upper body, jab cross. But I'm gonna make you think here a little bit. You're going to do repeaters on each side. So when my arms are up in my boxing position, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You're going to repeat those on both sides. Because, you know, I like to make you think a little bit too while we're doing these. So, if you're sitting at the edge of your seat, sounding like a broken record, tummy is pulled in, nice and flat, arms are up, and we're working. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's important on these that we do not lock out the elbow. Don't lock that guy out, okay? There's always just a little bend at the end of your punch, and that's just gonna protect the elbows, okay? Rest. For the next round, you're gonna pick the pace up a little bit now that you've got your tempo down, okay? A little quicker. Now, if I'm thinking about my lower half, I'm trying not to bounce in my seat, okay? Super duper still, right from the belly button down. And what that's doing is it's making sure that the shoulders and the back and the core are doing the work and not the momentum of your seat cushions. Rest. If you're bouncing, there's other things doing the work instead of your upper body. So here we go. Focus on staying nice and still in that bottom half to the best of your abilities. Obviously, we're going to have a few issues with some of those things, but I'm going to give you all the options and things that you can work on if that's where you're at for today. Okay? Good. Muscle focus, resting. All right, fists are up. Last round. Everything you got. Good job. We're really going to work your arms here for these last couple of minutes. And I'm going to give you a big challenge if you want it. Rest. And if you don't want it, that's okay too. For your final round of your workout, seated, a broken record, nice and tall. Our arms are going to come out in front of us. Now, the height is going to be at your comfort level. If you're able to bring them up to shoulder height, that's beautiful. From here, we're going to make nice, big, outward circles for round 1. Round 2, we'll switch direction. Now, tip, the smaller the circles, the harder your arm muscles are going to work, okay? The bigger the circles, it's more of a full shoulder back movement, so it's not as difficult. Here we go. we're going to start with forward circles. So bringing the hands towards themselves. Now, the challenge piece that I promised you I'd give you. If you want to lift a leg and hold it, whatever leg you want, or you can just lift it straight off the ground without straightening it, do that. It's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. Rest. If you want to try that challenge, the option is yours. So now we're going to go outside, okay? Shake out the arms, they're up. Let's go outside circles. I know I'm really working your arms this last 3 minutes between the boxing and now these. At any time, you can rest an arm and alternate. Any of those options are yours. Big circles are easier than smaller circles. These babies really burn when you get them nice and close. Good, rest. We have 2 more rounds and I'm all done for the day with you. Hopefully, let's go back inside. You're enjoying the day. I think it's supposed to be a little bit cooler. I'm taping this on a very hot Thursday, so I think next week when this airs, it's supposed to be significantly cooler. And I kind of hope for all of us that it is. Because holy goodness, it has been a scorcher. I'm not complaining, it's just that it's been warm. Good, rest. 1 more, we're gonna go outside this time. Here we go. Outside circles, 30 seconds, and we are all done for the day. You're gonna stretch on your own. You're going to make sure that you really pay attention to the upper body and making sure that we're gonna work out those kinks and stretch those shoulders so we can wash our hair tomorrow. Okay? Good, you are all finished. So making sure that you're working through all those stretches that I know you all have. Take 5 minutes. Enjoy your day, whatever that looks like for you. Enjoy your week. Don't forget about the Step and Stride, and don't forget to register for that. And we will see you guys again soon. Have a super day. Take care.